Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News and Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Godwin Sunday. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. You can download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. And now to the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has declared a state of emergency in Rivers State following the protracted political crisis in the state. Tinubu made the proclamation during a nationwide broadcast suspending Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Odu and all members of the House of Assembly for 6 months. The president nominated Vice Admiral Iboke Ete Ibas retired as administrator to take charge of the affairs of the state for the first 6 months. The president relied on Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution to make the proclamation. The section interprets a state of emergency as a situation of national danger, disaster or terrorist attack in which a government suspends normal constitutional processes to regain control. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) has rejected the imposition of a state of emergency in Rivers State, declaring that President Bola Tinubu does not have any constitutional power to suspend the democratically elected governor of the state. Siminalayi Fubara, in a statement, the People's Democratic spokesman Debo Ologunagba says Tinubu's proclamation was in violation of the 1999 Constitution. Debo says the constitutional declaration by President Tinubu of the suspension of the democratically elected governor of Rivers State, Governor Siminalayi Fubara, and appointment of an unelected individual, Vice Admiral Ubogete Ibas, retired, to govern the state is a clear attack on our nation's democracy, an aberration of the vote and democratic right of the people of Rivers State to choose their leader under the Constitution. The Igbo progressive women have expressed concern over Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's action during the Interparliamentarian Union IPU meeting in New York, asserting that they have tarnished Nigerians' image globally. In a statement by the president of the Igbo Progressive Women, Grace, emphasized the need to address the incident's impact on Nigerians' reputation, while the group has called for an investigation into her participation in the forum. The group questioned both the timing and the manner in which domestic issues were raised on an international platform. The Rivers State House of Assembly has endorsed President Bola Tinubu's declaration of a state of emergency in the state. This was contained in a statement issued by the Speaker of the House, Martin Amawule. Amawule says that the Assembly would abide by the President's decision, even though it was not what they had hoped for. They say the President had acted in the best interest of the country. The federal government has taken steps to remove bureaucratic hurdles that have stalled private sector investment in key road projects for over a year. The move is part of a measure aimed at unlocking significant infrastructure development under a public-private partnership (PPP) framework. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Wale Edun, disclosed this in an interview. Edun reaffirms President Bola Tinubu's commitment to address Nigerians' $100 billion annual infrastructure deficit by mobilizing private capital. An explosion has rocked the Trans-Niger pipeline at Bodo-Gokana local government area of Rivers State. The affected section of the major pipeline is currently on fire, though the exact cause of the explosion remains unknown as of the time of filing in this report. Authorities have yet to determine whether the incident resulted from the human interference, especially amid recent threats by militant groups to attack oil installations in response to the federal government withholding of Rivers State allocation due to the ongoing political crisis. The House of Representatives passed the full tax reforms bill transmitted to the National Assembly in October 2024 by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Recall that the House had on Thursday last week considered and approved the report of the House Committee on Finance, which made some recommendations, particularly in controversial areas such as the value-added taxes and inheritance tax. While awaiting the Senate to similarly pass the bills, the proposed reforms are expected to be transmitted to the President for his assent in the days ahead. The President of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengasin, Festus Osifo, has demanded that Sterling Oil and Gas Company must disengage the over 10,000 Italian expatriates currently employed at the company and replace them with qualified Nigerians seeking job opportunities in the oil and gas sector. Our correspondent Ramsin Enoch reports.
The Pengasin president, during a press briefing in Abuja, alleged that these practices were designed to get around Nigerian labor laws, which require companies to prioritize Nigerian workers unless there is a clear and substantiated shortage of local skills. Osifo explained that the primary issue lies in the fact that these expatriates are taking jobs that could easily be performed by qualified Nigerians, especially in low-skill positions.
If other companies, the IOCs, the indigenous producers, they are all complying with our laws, they are all complying with our regulations, Sterling cannot be an exception. Sterling cannot be bigger than Nigeria. Sterling management cannot be bigger than Nigerians. As we have highlighted last week, and we are strongly, we strongly believe in this. We know that that is exactly what is happening. We have said last week that as of today, we have over 10,000 Indians that are working in Sterling. And majority of these people, they are doing middle and low level jobs. These are jobs that Nigerians should do.
Osifo further called on authorities to rise to the occasion, noting that the operation of other expatriates has been within the confine of the laws and regulations guiding the entire process, stating that if nothing is being done, they will shut down the oil company and embark on a national strike.
Because when you move and go, I've challenged them in national television that let's go to Kwale. Let's go to your area of operations and tell us, show us the roll call of people that are working in your operations, people in your control room. Show us. We go there and see those that are manning those operations. They are very easy. But before we get there, maybe to Eastern Obolo, to Uyo, to where they operate, they may want to quickly move away the Indians that bring Nigerians in. But we understand the game. We have worked in few locations. We will sit there for 4 hours. Those plans will shut down. Those plans will shut down. Because we know that the people that may be there are not the people who rightly operate those things. In fact, let them go and interview Nigerians that are working in Sterling. So if we have done all these and nothing is done, we will declare a national strike.
Solidarity
forever. Pengasin have said they will follow this case to the end of it, as over 10,000 Indians are working in Sterling, while Nigerians are roaming the streets looking for jobs, seeking employment. As it has been clearly stated by the president of Pengasin, it has been said that some persons are behind the coming in of Indians to work in Nigeria. But Pengasin have taken it upon themselves to do the needful to ensure that these Indians live while Nigerians will have the opportunity to work in their own country, as it has been done in other climes around the world. Ramsey Enoch reporting.
The All Progressive Congress chairman of Benue State, Benjamin Omale, has reaffirmed the importance of almsgiving during the holy period of Ramadan and Lent. He emphasized that the Governor Hyacinthe Alia's administration remained committed to supporting the less privileged. Speaking during a food distribution event at the Benue State Correctional Center in Yaiko, Makodi, the All Progressive Congress Benue State Chairman Benjamin Omali highlighted the significance of the sacred month, noting that Ramadan and Lent bring divine blessings and mercy, stressing that the season provides an opportunity for both personal and societal transformation, strengthening one's relationship with God and others. He further stated that this period is a time for reflection, self-improvement, and renewing one's commitment to their faith by embodying noble values, encouraging the inmates to remain hopeful, emphasizing that their past does not determine their future. Vice President Kashim Shettima says the nation's economy is on the path of sustained growth. He made this known when President Bola Tinubu hosted leadership and members of the House of Representatives to iftar at the new banquet hall of the State House in Abuja. Kike Lomo Okere has the details.
Vice President Kashim Shettima says the government will create a Nigeria where every citizen could thrive. He therefore called on the leadership of the National Assembly to uphold their sacred responsibilities by prioritizing unity and national development over political decisions and partisan interests. Speaking on behalf of the president, he further assured Nigeria that the government's economic policy is yielding results.
I want to commend the Speaker and the leadership of the House for providing stability to the House. There can never be peace without development. There can never be development without peace. The peace in the House is a welcome development. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, on behalf of Mr. President.
Earlier, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, thanked President Tinubu for the invitation to break fast with him and for always showing respect and concern for the House of Representatives. He assured the President that every member of the House of Representatives is in support of his administration, noting that the policies of the government is for betterment of the people and Nigeria as a country. On behalf of the House, the Speaker donated the sum of 705 million naira, which he says is for a 6-month 50% deduction from their salaries to augment the humanitarian engagement of the President and support vulnerable people in the country.
To show our concern to the entire people of Nigeria that the predicament they were in, we also felt it. And because of that, we took a resolution that from July 2024 to December 2024, we will sacrifice 50% of our basic salaries. So that we will now set that money aside and contribute and donate to you so that you can also use it to look at the targeted areas in Nigeria where we have vulnerable people who are in need of food, shelter, accommodation, clothing, and what have you. We leave it to you to decide on where you want to intervene. But it is a symbolic contribution from the House to show you, as well as show the whole entire nation, that the passage of that particular period was being felt by each and every one of us.
Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
The Rivers State government has reiterated its commitment to ensuring the security and welfare of its citizens, particularly those affected by boundary dispute and conflict between herders and farmers in the Kwande region. This was the key message from a high-level security and boundary meeting conveyed at the instance of the governor of Benue State, Hyacinth Alia. Felicity Ndere has the details.
During the meeting at the Government House Makudi, the Take Kwani engineer Timothy Ahili and the chairman Kwani Local Government, Honorable Vitalis Neji, pointed out that apart from the constant farmers-herders crisis, the issue of illegal mining activities also play a major role in the crisis within the area, and further commended the state government for its proactive steps taken to resolve the conflict while calling for permanent solution to ensure peace returns to the others.
Faced with a lot of attacks at least once a week, killing, burning of houses, and we don't really understand because where we are residing is very states.
We know our problems with the Tapu people, and yet we are attacked. And these people that do attack us don't fly. They come on land. We are thinking that yes, if we begin to interact with the Tapu local government council and we sit and talk, it might help even the security situation.
Governor Hyacinth Alia, represented by his deputy Sam Odi, reaffirmed the government's dedication to safeguarding the people of Benue State, stressing that the administration remains unwavering in its responsibility to ensure the safety of its residents. He assures the affected communities that efforts are being intensified to restore peace, allowing displaced persons to return to their ancestral homes and resume their farming and other activities.
We are not resting on our house. We call on stakeholders within the Kwande geographical location. We call on Benue people, wherever they are, to note that this government has not and will never abdicate her responsibility to secure the good people of Benue State. It is our determination to do so, knowing fully well that the primary duty of government is the welfare and the security of the people.
As part of measures to implement the resolution reached during the meeting, the Benue State government says it will set up a communique drafting committee to outline actionable strategies. The committee will forward this strategy to the relevant authorities for implementation. In Makudi, Felicity Ndere, Global TV News.
You are watching the live broadcast of Midday News. When Midday News returns, the Nigerian government has signed a strategic memorandum of understanding with China. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch global television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to global television.
The Nigerian government has signed a strategic memorandum of understanding with
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch global television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to global television.
The Nigerian government has signed a strategic memorandum of understanding with China to strengthen technical and vocational education and training (TVET) in the country. The partnership is to equip Nigerians with hands-on skills, enhance technical education, and improve the implementation of vocational training nationwide. The agreement was signed during an event attended by the Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Alausa, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Nasil Sani Guazo. The Federal High Court, Abuja, has dismissed the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, request to join and challenge Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals FZE's 100 billion import license lawsuit. Justice Inyang Ekwo dismissed FCCPC's joinder request while ruling on its application to join and prove Dangote's alleged planned monopoly in the oil and gas sector. The pending suit by Dangote Refinery seeks to avoid import licenses issued to some Nigerian oil companies by the Nigerian Mainstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Meta, in collaboration with Data Science Africa, has announced the Lima Impact Grant, a new initiative aimed at supporting startups and researchers in sub-Saharan Africa. The grant is part of Meta's global Lima Impact Grant program and seeks to fund innovative projects leveraging Lima's Meta open source large language model to develop solutions tailored to the region's unique challenges. Artificial intelligence AI holds immense potential to drive productivity, creativity, and economic growth while advancing breakthroughs in fields like healthcare, agriculture, and scientific research across the country and by extension across the world. On the foreign scene, the European Union says Russia and China were using massive digital arsenal to interface in Western democracies, while their messaging around the war in Ukraine had become increasingly aligned. Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas says foreign information manipulation and interference is a major security threat to the European Union. And now in the world of sports, Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen has been included on Manchester United four-man striker shortlist for the summer transfer window as the Premier League giants look to bolster their attacking options. The Red Devils are expected to delve into the transfer market to bolster their forward options after seeing Joshua Zirkzee and Ramos Hojlund struggle to find their best form this season. Zirkzee has netted just 6 goals in 44 competitive appearances since arriving from Bognor last summer, while Hojlund has mustered 8 strikes in 39 matches in all competition. That's it on Global TV Midday News. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms now showing on your screen by using @Global TV NG. You can download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. I am Godwin Sunday. Thank you for watching.